Thank you, Presiding Officer, and I very much welcome the work undertaken by the Rural Affairs, Climate Change and Environment Committee, clearly responding to and incorporating a wide range of views and encouraging an environmentally viable, sustainable future for our fish farmers and freshwater fisheries and all users of our marine environment. Scotland is known worldwide for the quality of our environment, and that reputation underpins our successful food and drink export industry, both on land and in the marine and river environment. People don't even need to think about a choice between food produced in a sustainable way in pristine conditions and an alternative at the other extreme, where production methods damage the environment and the consumer. The general point is made by the Paisley snail case of 1928, when a pauper, May Donoghue, successfully sued a manufacturer who had left a dead snail in a bottle of the ginger beer she'd purchased in the Well Meadow Cafe in Paisley. I regret to inform the Chamber that the manufacturer of the ginger beer was one David Stevenson. As far as I'm aware, he is not a relative of mine, and I hope not to find that he was.
Nigel Doyle.
Grateful, but the Chamber may wish to be aware of the fact that the snail may never have existed. The point was never proven. It was taken as read.
Stewart Stevenson.
I think when the courts decide that the facts of the case are found, we should perhaps, through the telescope of age, nonetheless accept that the snail was the point of application of the case. That's certainly for true. People want to be able to trust their food, and if anything comes out of the horse meat scandal in recent times, that illustrates that point. And we want aquaculture, a major contributor to our food, now a bigger industry than the wild fish sector, to be even more successful in future. And we here can help if we get it right. A country with transparent rules and practices that guarantee that consumers' food comes from a pristine environment is ahead of the game at once. That production environment, a good production environment, is the first prerequisite to underpinning consumer confidence. And it's no surprise that our farmed salmon carries Scotland's flag to all the global airts. It's a marker of quality. Our salmon is a health food, lots of omega-3 within it, for example, the basis of much fine dining, yet increasingly affordable in every home. Omega-3 reduces strokes and lowers blood pressure. It tastes good. It does you good. So when we legislate about our industry, we must legislate for our industry. We must provide that certainty that the environment within which they produce is good. We know what people elsewhere think about our fish farming industry. In 1992, Scottish Aquaculture received an unprecedented double honour. The French Ministry for Agriculture awarded the renowned Label Rouge mark to Scottish farmed salmon. This honour was not only the first to be given to a food originating outside France, but also the first to be awarded to a fish product. That's an early indicator of the trust our superb Scottish salmon has throughout the world. We are, of course, the EU's largest exporter of salmon, and there's room for substantial growth. Other species are there too. Our blue mussel accounts for most of our shellfish production, 7,000 tonnes, 8.6 million in 2011, looking to double in the next decade. Our marine environment is, of course, a shared environment. So when we protect our clear blue, but alas not very warm waters, we support sport fishing and a raft of coastal leisure activities. And we play a part in wider conservation measures that are important to a range of species. Who, for example, would have thought 20 years ago that we would find that we had living coral reefs in our marine waters? But we support diversity, and that's part of it. We also need to manage the production environment, and that's in the interest of all coastal activity and benefits to local communities. Again, the lice are a big part of people's engagement with the impact that there undoubtedly is from fish farming. I very much welcome plans by the Scottish Salmon Producers Association to publish data on that in some considerable detail. We need enough detail to build public confidence and support the needs of research, but not so much that extrajudicial action by extremists could result. I think that's unlikely, but we need to balance that. I don't think I have time. Please forgive me. We have and we need a legal enforcement regime that deals with a small number of breaches of the rule. But above all, we need cooperation between scientific, aquaculture and environmental communities, something that's perhaps not been wholly evident in the evidence given to the committee. I think the committee were right to quote Steve Bracken, who said salmon farming and wild fisheries are both vital industries for the coast and inland parts of Scotland. That is undoubtedly true. Wild fishing, too, is something in which I take an interest. My brother and I had a wonderful summer in 1968 when we were employed with the Tay Salmon Fisheries Boards as water bailiffs. So I very much welcome the opportunity that this bill creates to modernise a rather Victorian structure for supervising wild fisheries, and I look forward to future developments. Presiding Officer.
Many thanks.